I actually am, and the
Okay, so let's do our practice guide here, Booth.
Are you busy tomorrow after school?
Okay, all right, here we go. Practice guide. Let's walk through this. Let's kind of do a quick little mini review of this to make sure you kind of know what we're doing here. Problem 1 and 2 here, you're writing this in scientific notation. This one where you write with a decimal times 10, you put a little power on it. I think I did number 1 yesterday, I think. Next one. We did this problem yesterday. I think I did number 3. You're writing the decimal in scientific notation, so you're going to write a number with a decimal in it times 10 with a certain power. These, the main difference was these had negative powers.
I already have those.
Yep. 5 and 6. Hopefully these problems show up. There you go. We had to convert these. So like on this problem number 6, I think we did 6 yesterday. You had to move the decimal over 2 spots before you started, and when you do that, you had to move it over 2 spots on the inside. On number 5, you would not have to move decimals because there's not a decimal on the outside, so you didn't have to worry about it. So keep that in mind. Okay. All right. Those are what we finished with yesterday. Today, our goal is to go 7 through 13 to make sure. And this is a good review because 13 is the ones you'll need because that's what our homework's based on. So it'll be pretty basic, pretty easy. Okay. All right. We're going to rename the decimal as a fraction. So we're doing 7/8. In fact, let me zoom in on this here. It's just a little bit bigger. A lot bit bigger. All right, here we go. Okay, it's kind of up to you guys. Do you want to do number 7 or number 8?
7.
7 or 8? 7?
I have to look at 7.
Okay. All right, let's do number 7. It seems like that's
say go
consensus. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do number 7. I'll let you guys do number 8. So what you do to convert this to a fraction or a mixed number in this case, we don't have mixed numbers. It's only a mixed number if you have a number out front. So I'll do an example of that here in a minute. But
which one will do so?
Yeah. So how many numbers are behind the decimal? How many digits are back there?
2.
How many numbers back there?
Oh. 4.
4 numbers. So you're gonna put this number on the top, 198. Okay, 0198, but you don't need the 0. And you need to put 4 zeros on the bottom, not 9s. 9s when we do repeating. We're not doing repeating decimals here. These aren't repeating. So if it's a nice fraction, that's what you put. Now on this one is the one where you need to type in your calculator and simplify it. So what you're going to type in, you're going to type in the 198. You're going to hit the little ABC button, and you're going to type in the 10,000 with something with 4 zeros because there's 4 numbers behind the decimal. And when you hit enter, it will simplify the fraction for you. So I'll let you type that in. So what do you got?
You get 0.019.
Ooh, 198 ABC 10,000.
Oh.
You were just dividing. You were getting back to that number.
Or
I want to simplify the fraction. You got to use the ABC button.
Yeah, I did push
7.
Perfect.
I did that.
The 198 ABC 10,000.
1.
There's 4 zeros.
Yeah, put 4 zeros in. Oh, maybe 168 sound better?
1/68.
No, it'd be like, it's just giving me this. It just keeps giving me a decimal.
It just gives you the decimal. Oh, weird. Usually it's someplace. Oh, it's 198. 198 over 10,000. Yeah, it's not actually simplifying, so we'll just have to leave it like that. If you want to simplify it, you can divide them both by 2. If you divide these both by 2, I'll get a 5,000 on the bottom. 198 divided by 2, that is an 89 if I divide by 2. Hey, can you take 198 divided by 2?
You can, it's 99.
Say it again?
99.
Oh, 99.
Yeah, you're there for it.
99. All right. And then I think that's it. I think that's all as further it goes. Okay. Questions on what you need to do on those? You need to write them as fractions. Remember, these you put the zeros on the bottom, not 9s. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, on yours, do the same thing. You can use the ABC button if you want to simplify it. I'm just requiring that you actually give me the fraction. Now, one of the things I did talk about earlier is if they put a number out front. Let's say that the number out front was a 10. Okay, there was a 10 out front of the decimal. Just put that out front. That's how you make it a mixed number. Does that make sense? So if you put like there's a 10 out front, you're gonna put a 10 out front of yours. Okay. All right, you good with that?
Yep.
Okay, we're moving on. Let's move on to number 9 or 10. Because I think these, now they're giving you the decimal, or they're giving you the fraction, they want you to convert it back.
Actually. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now they're giving you a fraction, they want you to convert it back. So this one, you want number 9 or number 10, please? Which one would you like? 9 or 10?
And I just, ah,
10?
9 or 10? 10? Okay, 10. Alright, on these, we need to convert it back to decimals. Here's what I'd like you to do.
and 0.7,
So I want you to divide 13 by 25. And what did you get?
0.52.
0.52. Okay, and that's your number. That's what I want. You're just dividing on your calculator. It's super easy. Like it's meant to be quick. You're converting it to decimals. You just divide the two numbers. Okay, you don't need to put anything different in there.
We just did 11 and 12 yesterday.
11 and 12?
On the assignment.
Alright. Are we good with that one now? That's what you have to do on yours. Just divide them. Figure out the decimal. Number 9 should be ridiculously easy. I don't even know if you'll need a calculator. Okay. Alright, let's move on to number 11. And 12. Sounds like we might have done these problems yesterday. Huh? Okay. You have to write these as repeating decimals. Which one would you like?
5, 6,
You want this one?
12.
Okay, number 12. Okay. Okay, these are the problems you had to do in your homework. Okay? You had to write this as a repeating decimal. Okay? Alright, so on this one, which number goes in the house?
5.
5 goes in the house. 5 goes in the house, and we put a decimal behind it with a bunch of zeros. I don't know how many we'll need. The 6 goes on the outside. Remember, the top number goes inside the house. So don't type it in your calculator. So you remember, these you have to do by hand. So these you have to show work on these. And I'll even put that hint on the test tomorrow. You have to show your work to show why it's repeating. I know the other ones you could type in your calculator, but these I want to show you that it does work by hand. So how many times can 6 go into 5 without going over?
0.
0, okay. What about 6 into 50? 6 goes into 50 how many times, and how close can I get without going over to 50?
Sam, don't forget our useful book.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll make sure I'll have multiplication charts when you guys have it.
Yeah, because I think I don't even know where mine went.
So,
Where?
It's in the very,
very,
back.
very back. Very back.
Somewhere there.
I had it marked with my addition, subtraction.
It's the other one. Yep. 6 goes into 50, how close without going over?
48.
48, what is that, 8? 8 goes with the house. We subtract 50 minus 48 is what, 2? Bring down the next number. How many times can 6 go into 20 without going over?
18.
18
Three.
is what, 3? 18. That's
3
3.
goes on top.
3. 3. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 3 goes on top. That's a 2 if I subtract, and you bring down the next number, which is 0. 6 goes into 20, what, 18 times again? That's 3.
Oh, so it's.
And now we're repeating again.
Now repeating, so it's 0.8 and the 3 is repeating. Just the 3, so the 3 has the bar of it. Okay, that's the type of work I want to see. And you should show me, the work you're showing me should show me that it starts repeating. And so you know exactly what numbers repeat. And you might have to go for a while. I mean, you might have to go 3 numbers in before you finally figure out that it's repeating. And yes, you can use multiplication charts and calculators and whatnot. Okay, we good with that one? Alright, next.
$205?
Okay, next ones. Okay, alright, next. Here we go. We're on to number 13, last problem of the day. Now, I will not do your number 13. I'm going to make up my own, because you'll see how easy it is here in a second. Okay? Whatever number they give you, let's say they give me 0.1234, and the 1234 is repeating. So this number is this, right? 0.1234, 1234, 1234. Okay. Whatever that repeating number is, whatever number they have repeating, you're going to put that number on the top. You're gonna put that number on the top, and you're gonna put 9s on the bottom. Now, how many 9s do I need on my problem? This one. How many numbers are back here?
4.
4, so you're gonna put 4 9s on the bottom.
Oh,
19.
seriously?
That's how you do it. So you count how many spots. That's how you do that problem. That's how you make that number repeating. So whatever number they give you, you count how many numbers are underneath the bar, and that's how many 9s you put on the bottom.
And this isn't for number 13, it's your own.
No, this is my own made-up problem, but this is how you're gonna do this thing, okay? Because there's only one, I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, now, in your homework, you have to do that. That's one of the additional problems I added yesterday. You had to make up 5 repeating decimals yourself and make them fractions, and you couldn't use the ones in the book. So you had to make up your own. So,
Well, yeah, I see how easy 13 was after going through that one.
yeah, so it's pretty straightforward, it's pretty easy. Okay, the rest of the time is yours. You can work on your practice guide, wrap this up. When is this practice test due? When is it due, completed, and turned in?
Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
And
Tomorrow?
Test is tomorrow, it's Wednesday.
ow.
Done our 2-day review. Okay,
Yeah.
your homework, if you haven't already done it, page 116, numbers 8 through 12. That was the homework I gave you yesterday, that was exercise A. And then you had those 5 additional problems you had to make up your own decimal and write it, okay? It's written on the board over there, but you had 5 additional problems you had to make sure that you're completing. That's it for today. Make sure that you take your time, make sure you are working on that, okay? All right, there you go. Pretty easy today. You have the rest of the remaining part of class to work on this and your homework.